moving on. Okay, I got to check out a comic. And this one I think is actually pretty poignant because we just got the Assassin's Creed movie starring Michael Fassbender, which was a horrible, horrible debacle.
Yeah, you didn't like that one. You didn't like it at all.
I know you didn't like it. I'm debating
absolutely
to see
not.
it, but I know you didn't like it. I'm still debating to go see it.
Well, my whole thing is it was so boring, and they took such good material and did nothing with
Even
it.
the cast,
Even the cast, great actors.
Yeah,
Michael
is there a
Fassbender,
bigger-
love his catalog.
Is
Most
there
of
a
his
bigger
catalog.
fault than somebody taking like really exciting stuff and just
Mhm.
not making something exciting?
Yeah, well, that seems to have turned around. I actually have a pretty positive opinion of Assassin's Creed Uprising. This is the latest comic that's come out from. I actually have it right here. Written by Alex Packnadell and Dan Waters. And this is a comic based off of, loosely based off of the background of the games, but not set in any of those particular universes. So these are new characters. And what I really like about this one is it's paid attention to a mistake that almost every iteration of Assassin's Creed has made before. And if you're trying to look it up as well, I'll just give you a quick heads up. There's like 7 different alternate covers for even just the first issue of this. So just be aware. Yeah, no, there's tons. Beautiful artwork, too, for the covers. One of my beefs that I'll get into in a bit was in the book itself, seemingly really great story, but the art is very busy, which can take you out of it at times. Yeah. But what I was getting at is, one thing they're doing is they're not focusing on one person. Every Assassin's Creed story is focused on, this is the one person we're following. In the Assassin's Creed games, we're following Desmond.
Right.
And then it was about, Desmond and Altair, Desmond and, Ezio, Desmond and now we're following different assassins and different Templars and this other third faction at the same time. So I see a lot of people with these skills, with these techniques in these missions, not just the one guy that if I don't like him, I'm stuck with him.
Right.
I'm not limited to that. I really like that because the Assassin's Creed mythos has always been really interesting to me, and I always thought that was them kind of reining themselves into too small a box. Right. So the actual plot here, I'll break it down real quick. Join us for this game-changing new chat. This is the Comixology one, so it's going to be a little... this game... Okay, comics... I don't hate on Comixology, but their descriptions are always about... Buy this book because,
absolutely.
Versus,
they gotta sell. They gotta sell number one, right?
Yeah, but I just want to know what this thing's about. I'm there because I'm probably gonna buy it already.
All right, they're trying to convince you, man. They're trying to convince you. You gotta get the digital.
Yeah. But man, I already walked into the whorehouse, man. It's like, don't try to sell. Don't try to upsell me on, You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, hey, you already here. Why not go for the D cup? Like, come on.
But that's pretty much what it is. Like, you gotta get peg leg Tammy. Come on.
Hey, man, she needs work too.
Exactly. But go ahead.
All right. All right.
Peg leg Alice.
With the Phoenix Project nearing its completion, tensions are running high for both the Brotherhood and the Templar Order. A new world order is on the horizon, and only Charlotte and her ally. Damn, I'm messing up. Charlotte and her allies have the knowledge and skill to save humanity from subjugation. Meanwhile, after discovering a rebel faction within its order, Templar agent Otso Berg begins to question his loyalties. And right there, they threw a few different names at you. They threw not just one, but 3 potential factions at you. I like that because it's varied. It keeps the story interesting because you have several different players. Right. It's not just one person and their story that can get boring. We talk endlessly about Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, because the game was so good. And that in itself was such, I want to call it a fluke, because Assassin's Creed, the universe, very deeply fleshed out, but also very conflicted amongst audiences because some folks have their favorites and everything else sticks to one character, one storyline, line of thinking. This one approaches things from the Templar side and the Brotherhood side. And you're also finding out each individual characters. Everyone has a name. Different people have specialties. And it's written with a bit of humor, too. There's a mission here where dude's talking about we're trying to figure out how this guy could survive this ridiculous jump that would assume some kind of superhuman abilities that we know nobody has. That's the only way they could have gotten away with this assassination. And not even proper assassination, I mean turncoat, screw up our mission assassination. Another one's worried about, one assassin's worried about, this is my teammate. I don't want him to bleed out. We survived this attack. I got to do stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, so I don't have time for this interrogation. I'm paying attention. You know, I care about my cohorts here, my coworkers. Like, these are things that humanize them all. I didn't expect from an Assassin's Creed story. And you don't really get from the games. In the games, they may form attachments to a character. There may be a little flirting between, you know, like Desmond and whoever's running the Animus, things like that. But in the story, these characters, I believed, had a relationship outside of this direct story. And in this story now, this is their ongoing adventure, which makes it interesting.
So for better or worse, it was authentic for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Which is very rare.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Uprising, I recommend it. It's just starting out, but so far as an Assassin's Creed fan, this is giving me things that I didn't know I could get from the Assassin's Creed universe. I like the writing. It's written with good attention being paid to the action, but also to the detective work. I didn't expect that part. Assassin's Creed is just, I killed him, I went.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and this is like, no, you from the Templar side they're investigating.
I mean, how rare is it too to find like a motivation to continue liking something based on a different medium which you originally liked it, you know what I mean? So it's like a video game and you liked it this way. But then all of a sudden it's like, oh, because the writing of the comic, now I'm going to continue pursuing that. You know what I mean? That's very rare, right?
I was very skeptical.
I mean, I'm not going to front. It's definitely something that's given me hope because I went out and those of you who listen, I'm a vinyl collector. I collect vinyl.
Yeah.
So I copped the Assassin's Creed vinyl. So it's like a series of.
Oh wow! Yeah. And you went deep there.
Yeah, I really did. Instrumentals from all the different Assassin's Creed games, and it was one of those sort of things where I was trying to keep connected to the franchise because I haven't seen the movie yet. And Pat, you gave such a bad.
Yeah,
sorry, that movie right there.
I'm like, I'm not even in a rush.
But he came from a fan point of view. You know what I mean? So it was,
and for that reason, is why I give so much stock to it. So I was getting a little scared. Like, man, is this just the end of Assassin's Creed? But to hear you give this glowing review,
is this the end of Bugs Bunny? Is this the end of Ezio?
But it can exist in some other format.
Exactly, and I'm willing to take that. If it's able to exist in some other format, I can picture myself with my iPad, with my comicsology, watching it, reading through the comic, listening to the soundtrack. Like, yeah, P got me back here. I don't have to give up on Assassin's Creed because P told me.
I can imagine like a diehard Ninja Turtles fan watching the third movie, being like, "God damn it!"
All right, well, no, that's...
Where's Kevin now?
What the fuck?
No, good point. No, very good point. I will say, as positive as my opinion on it was, the artwork, they go out of their way to make it very colorful, very flashy, but they're shooting themselves in the foot because there's so much in every panel. I'm reading the dialogue, I'm like, oh, that's what's going on. Okay, cool. And then the picture doesn't tell me that. Maybe I get a little bit of that from something I can spy within the detail, but then there's like all this extra
that sounds
stuff.
Like they're just like too excited about, the project.
I think so.
Yeah.
Every panel is really busy.
Right.
And that takes away
like, let's show all this and not really kind of understanding storytelling.
Yeah.
Almost, you know what I mean? In the comic form anyway, you know what I mean? Where you got to kind of simplify the action a little bit.
It could be as a result of new comic readers. I mean, many people who are reading comics, whether be brand new or coming back to it, they're falling in love with the imagery of it. So, I mean, it's unfortunate because the story could take a loss because of that. So it could be one of those situations where it's like, yeah, I mean, it was an all right story, but man, it looked great. It could be one of those sort of things, which I'm with you, Adam. And you don't never want that to happen. I'm with you, P.
No, it's great when, what you like, goes across different things. I remember really enjoying Mortal Kombat after playing the video game and then reading some of the comics and reading some of the storyline about it like that. It's like, wow, you know what I mean? This is an actual thing. You know what I mean?
That amazing second movie, and really,
it's so good.
That's so bad. Yeah,
I don't care.
I had to mess with him. I'm sorry. I had to mess with you.
That's probably the worst movie.
It is craptacular.
Hands down, one of the worst things ever made.
Absolutely.
Whatever, man. I got it.
Wait, but it exists in other things. You know what I mean? So you're like,
it exists in our nightmares.
This
it exists in our
is trying to actually kill you while you're enjoying it.
So much badness.
It exists. Yeah.
All right, but but not for nothing. Assassin's Creed Uprising. The comics are out right now. You can pick them up on Comixology, like I said. Released out by Titan. I highly recommend these books.
Great, man.
As of right now, highly recommended. Yeah. Dude, I'm jazzed. I want to continue reading.
Good, man, because your review for that movie was
Yeah, it'll help. It'll help wash the face.
And I think a lot of people will agree that was not how. Yeah.
All right, now